Henry, and I'm with Lancaster Improv Players. And today we're going to explain a really classic game for you guys called Lines. Lines is a really easy, fun game that can make your show pop. It's a really easy game, and all you need is some line suggestions. You can get them from your audience, from your fellow improv players. Just get a handful, 2, 3, 4 line suggestions, funny lines to throw into your scene. And what we're going to do is me and Bill here are going to do a scene, and once we do that scene, and during that scene we're going to use the lines that we've been given by the audience and by the other players.
So right now, let's get a suggestion from our audience of a relationship.
Astronaut and instructor.
Astronaut and instructor. I think that's good.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
All right, so we got our lines.
Okay.
And scene.
Welcome to your first day of astronaut camp.
I've been working my whole life up to this moment. First in my class in MIT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. First in my class in high school.
Yeah,
Captain of the football team.
3 years in the Air Force.
3 years.
4 years in the Marines.
Ace pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's me.
Well,
let's do this.
I gotta let you know something before we get started. It's not easy being an astronaut.
I would expect it not to be.
You remember Apollo 26? That was the mission that I was on. We circled around the moon 13 times.
That's right.
And then came home.
Right.
That was my only mission. But I trained for weeks and years at astronaut training camp to get on to Apollo 26. You know what the first thing my instructor said to me when I walked in the door? You know what he said to me?
I want to hear this. You're a hot shot.
Yeah,
Hey, let's go.
He said, "What are you hiding from me?" He could smell that I was hiding something. So I'm going to ask you the same question.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same question.
Right.
What are you hiding from me?
I'll tell you what I'm hiding from you. I'll tell you right now what I'm hiding from you. Your dad did it better.
Just because my dad was on Apollo 2 that landed on the moon?
That's right. Your dad is an American hero.
So am I.
Your dad landed on the moon. He played golf on the moon.
Yeah, well...
What'd you do? I circled the moon. Whoop-de-doo.
I have a crater named after me.
Please. Please. The crater was the golf ball that your dad hit into, and there is a little spot on the moon named after its little Wagner crater. It's a little golf ball sized crater. Come on,
Listen,
that's not a crater.
you gotta listen to me. You gotta listen to me. If you want to get up there, I can just put you to the curb right now. And let me be honest, the way you've been talking back to me, I'm gonna put you there. You know what?
I'm sorry.
So let's just get started with the basics.
I'm sorry. You're right.
So
You're
here's
right.
the astronaut manual, written by my father. Apollo 2, 26. Chapter 1. Really just simple stuff.
Right.
You know, chapter 1 named, Have You Seen My Mother?
Your grandmother then. Because your father wrote it.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your grandmother.
She inspired our family to actually go to space. She inspired, she wanted to be an astronaut. And told my dad that he needed to go to the moon. And then my dad told me I had to go to the moon and explore the cosmos. So that's why the first chapter is
That's deep.
about my grandmother.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I've been so rude. to you.
Exactly.
I am so
I know.
sorry.
I know.
I am so sorry. I should have thought about, my first day at MIT, what my professor said to me.
Yeah.
And it's so apropos to the moment.
Okay.
He said, the dinosaurs were lazy and that's why they died out.
Really? And what class was this?
It was the dinosaur class.
Oh, okay.
What was that called? I forget.
And your professor?
My professor?
Yeah, what was his name?
Stanley.
Stanley. You know,
Right,
I had
Stanley.
Stanley
You
too
had Stanley?
when I went to MIT.
You had Stanley at
Really,
MIT?
like every
Yeah.
astronaut has to go through the dinosaur course.
Total.
101. 101.
Conspiracy. Paleontology. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to think. So, paleontology 101? Yeah.
Yeah. I was there. I mean, a couple of years before you. I went around the moon a couple times. Came out.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Stanley,
why I
he's
was
been there forever.
He
hasn't
is just ancient.
Oh.
He is just ancient.
I think he knows why the dinosaurs. I think he bored them to death, and that's why they died.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
See, we're not too different. We're not too different.
Yeah, I
We're
got
not too different.
you.
But yeah, I mean, so that's chapter 1.
Okay.
So you got to read that for homework
Oh.
if you want to get on the moon. And
This is a big book.
you submitted in your application. You had a special note on it.
I did, yeah.
And I just want to talk about that note. You wrote in the special note section, "Losers don't get the girl."
That's right.
So I was just kind of wondering what that meant.
I'm here. I want to get the girl.
Really?
I'm here. That's why.
That's the only reason you want to be an astronaut.
Who? Like, look, you stick your butt under a rocket and they explode thousands of pounds of fuel underneath you.
Nothing gets.
This is all about getting the girl.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think
This
my
is
dad
all
got
about
my
that.
mom?
That's
Nobody
right.
just moon
Right.
dust, throwing it in her face.
And everyone knows that your grandmother was just looking for some, astronaut, little. Everyone knows that about your grandmother.
Don't talk about my grandmother like that. Don't talk about it. Just don't go there, okay? Don't go there.
I'm sorry, man. Did I?
She passed away a couple days ago,
Oh,
and it's really just been blowing her family.
I'm so sorry. Do you have the obituary? In the paper?
Yeah, I do have it right here.
Let me.
She has some of her famous lines there. If you want to read something, to kind of in remembrance.
Wow. She was quite accomplished.
Yeah.
And then it says here at the very end, it says, "Don't worry, Don't worry, street justice will take care of this." She died in a drive-by shooting?
Yeah. Well, after she knew that she couldn't go to space because she was so old, she decided to explore South Philly. So.
I'm so sorry, man.
I know.
Let's hug it out.
It's
Let's
okay.
hug it out.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I think you dropped this.
Oh, it seems like a note from high command just came to me. My dad always said, "Hell is not underground; it's in space." So I think my dad at high command, he wants to let me know that. So
Yeah, that's weird.
let's get started.
All right. Well, let's
With
just
the space
do
suit.
it.
Okay.